Which subject or course do you teach at college?
I actually support students across the whole board, so I support in English and maths. Also, I can support on media, health and social care, beauty, hair. So actually my job role is a huge variety of roles.
Why and when did you want to go into English in the first place?
Um, I like doing English, particularly with students that didn't succeed at school, because I like to be able to support them to look at different ways of learning how to tackle the questions on an exam paper. I might be able to offer different support methods to help them achieve at the end of their year.
Did you enjoy learning English in school and why?
At school, I wasn't particularly bright at English, but I had a very good teacher and a huge imagination. So my story writing was fantastic. It was the reading bits that I struggled with, but I did eventually pass my in English, which is brilliant.
What is more enjoyable, working at primary school, high school or college, and why?
Um, I've worked 10 years in a primary school before this, and working with 7 to 11-year-olds was absolutely fantastic, but it was quite restricting. With funding, I couldn't do what I wanted to do with some of these children. However, changing over to work for Banbury College in 2008, working with the oldest student is so much better, because it's so much more rewarding, because they take all the support I can give them and they give me a lot of pleasure back.
What is the best and worst thing about teaching?
The best thing is seeing a student achieve. No matter how big or small their achievement is, knowing that they have achieved something just gives me great pleasure. The worst thing, I think, is the restrictions, the government restrictions as to how far I can support my students. A lot of students miss out because of funding, and if only we had a bottomless pit and those students got the maximum support, I think we would see a lot more achieved.
Why did you choose Banbury and Bicester, not Oxford or Abingdon?
I chose Banbury because it's closer to home. If I went to Oxford or Abingdon, Whitney, I would have had to have travelled. But bizarrely, as a 16-year-old, I actually was a student at Banbury and Bicester College, Oxford, and I loved those 2 years.
How did you manage to like English?
I think that is because I've been supporting some fantastic tutors. My first year here supporting in English, I had a tutor called Sian Fife, and she was fantastic. Really opened my eyes to what I could do in English, which meant that I could then show my students how enjoyable it can be.
What are your hobbies and interests beside English?
I love to read. If you were to come to my house, you would see I have got 6 floor to ceiling bookcases full of books that I love to read, and I keep all my books. I must have 200-300 books on my shelf, and I must have another 50 on my Kindle. It's my escapism, and I love it.
Is it easier working with one person or a group, and why?
They've both got their good points and they've both got their bad points. Working as a one-to-one means that I can really concentrate on the 1 or 2 things that that student needs support with. But on the other side, doing one-to-one is pretty intense. Working in small groups means that the students can banter ideas across from each other, and they can help each other. and by working in a group it means I'm helping more students within the time that I've got with them. So I like both, and in fact I like working in class, in one-to-ones and in group work. In fact, I love my job.
Thank you.